For a long time, Nikon's high-resolution mirrorless direction has felt like it was put on hold. While the Z8 and Z9 established themselves as dominant forces in the professional hybrid and flagship space, the more photography-focused high-megapixel segment seemed to quietly wait in the background. This gap has been especially noticeable for photographers working in landscapes, studio portraiture, commercial advertising, architecture, and fine art imaging fields where resolution, dynamic range, and tonal accuracy matter as much as speed or video features. The Nikon Z7 series once stood as the go-to option for this kind of work, but as newer technologies arrived in Nikon's lineup, the original model began to feel increasingly dated in key areas such as autofocus responsiveness, subject tracking consistency, buffer performance, and overall processing speed. As a result, anticipation for a true successor has steadily built over time, and now the conversation around the Nikon Z7 III has reached a new level of intensity. As 2026 approaches, the growing number of industry signals ranging from supply chain discussions to early engineering rumors suggests that Nikon may finally be preparing a serious evolution in its high-resolution camera segment. Unlike a simple refresh, the Nikon Z7 III is increasingly being described as a major step forward in Nikon's imaging strategy, one that could redefine how the brand competes in the high-megapixel full-frame category. The positioning of this camera appears to be very deliberate. Rather than directly competing with the speed-focused Z8 or the flagship Z9, the Nikon Z7 III seems designed to reclaim dominance in pure image quality, where resolution, color depth, and dynamic range take priority over burst rates or extreme video performance. One of the main reasons the Nikon Z7 III has generated so much attention is the uncertainty and long gap since the previous generation. While development cycles for professional cameras can vary, the delay has fueled speculation that Nikon has been rethinking the role of the series entirely. Reports suggest that early development concepts may have begun as far back as 2022, but progress was likely slowed or redirected due to shifting internal priorities. The success of the Z8, in particular, appears to have influenced Nikon's strategy significantly. The Z8 essentially filled a large portion of the high-end hybrid space, offering flagship-level performance in a smaller form factor. This may have created a situation where releasing a Z7 III too early or without a clear identity could risk overlapping with existing products. Another factor that may have influenced the delay is Nikon's evolving partnership with Red Digital Cinema. This collaboration is believed to have impacted engineering focus and resource allocation, particularly in video technology and processing pipelines. As a result, the Z7 III appears to have been re-evaluated not just as a successor to the Z7 II, but as a more specialized tool aimed specifically at photographers who prioritize maximum image fidelity over all else. This strategic repositioning helps explain why the rumored specifications of the Z7 III focus so heavily on resolution, dynamic range, and sensor quality rather than simply improving across all categories equally. At the heart of all speculation surrounding the Nikon Z7 III is its sensor. This component defines everything about the camera's identity. Early rumors suggested extremely high-resolution figures approaching unrealistic levels, but more grounded industry expectations now point toward a newly developed backside-illuminated full-frame sensor in the range of approximately 61 to 67 megapixels. Some reports reference a 67-megapixel prototype currently under evaluation, while others suggest Nikon may settle closer to a refined 61-megapixel design optimized for balance between detail, dynamic range, and processing efficiency. Regardless of the final number, the expectation is clear: this would represent a significant leap in resolution compared to previous generations, enabling extremely detailed captures suitable for large format printing, commercial campaigns, and extreme cropping flexibility without noticeable loss in quality. However, resolution alone does not define the appeal of the Nikon Z7 III. In fact, many photographers are more interested in how Nikon may handle dynamic range and tonal depth. Unlike the Z8, which uses a stacked sensor optimized for speed and readout efficiency, the Z7 III is expected to take a different approach. The focus appears to be on maximizing image quality at lower ISO levels, potentially reviving Nikon's well-regarded base ISO performance. There is strong speculation that the camera may support ISO 64 as a native base setting, allowing for exceptional highlight retention and deep shadow recovery. If this is paired with an expanded dynamic range exceeding 15 stops, the result could be a camera particularly well suited for landscape and studio professionals who rely heavily on post-processing flexibility and precise tonal control. This emphasis on image quality extends into expectations around Nikon's processing engine. The Nikon Z7 III is widely rumored to feature an updated generation of Nikon's image processor, potentially aligned with technologies used in their flagship models. A more powerful processor would not only improve image rendering but also address one of the most commonly cited weaknesses of earlier Z7 models, autofocus performance. Previous generations struggled in certain challenging environments, particularly when tracking fast or unpredictable subjects in low-contrast lighting. The new model is expected to address these limitations with significantly improved processing power and more advanced computational algorithms. Perhaps one of the most surprising aspects of the current rumor landscape is pricing expectations. Early indications suggest that Nikon may position the Z7 III at approximately $3,499. If accurate, this would place it competitively within the high-resolution full-frame segment while still undercutting some rival flagship offerings. Considering the rumored combination of 60-plus megapixel resolution, advanced autofocus technology, professional stabilization, and strong video capabilities, such pricing would position the camera as a particularly compelling value proposition for professionals and serious enthusiasts alike. Overall, the Nikon Z7 III is shaping up to be far more than a simple generational update. It appears to represent a strategic return to high-resolution excellence within Nikon's lineup, focused on delivering uncompromising image quality rather than chasing hybrid extremes. If the rumored specifications prove accurate, the camera could become a defining tool for photographers who prioritize detail, dynamic range, and tonal precision above all else. In a rapidly evolving mirrorless landscape where many cameras compete on speed and video features, the Nikon Z7 III seems aimed at reminding the industry that pure image quality still has a very important place.